Good day, my ladies and my gents. Here is my next project that I'm going to do. First, remember yesterday morning over in Minneapolis, they had the Catholic school shooting. As I said in my couple of videos last night, please keep the folks there in your thoughts and your prayers. At least a couple of kids have been, well, they're no longer with us. I can't say what I want to say because of YouTube censorship. So I'm not going to risk that. So, but just to say that a dozen and a half more were hurt, and absolutely senseless, absolutely evil. But families have been torn apart by this. So let's keep all the victims in your thoughts and prayers, the families of the victims. And yeah, horrible thing yesterday. So, but on to better and brighter things. Get positive notes in the air. Maybe it'll dispel some of the evil. We have here, of course, you can see the box. You can see the finished kit. Well, they're not one and the same. This is made from this kit, but this kit is new. I got this at Hobby Lobby not too long ago. 40% off sale. It was like $27, so I got it for something like, what, 18? I thought I'd give it another go because this one, if y'all will think back to some of my early videos, I talked about it. About 4.5 years ago, February 2021, February 5th, in fact, it was a Friday evening at about 4:30 in the evening Central Time. I slipped on some ice on my truck and wound up shattering my left knee and called it a tibial plateau fracture. Not pretty. So I wound up having to have surgery up in Illinois, not too far out of Joliet, Illinois, which those of you that know Chicago knows where it's at. It's in the south. It's a southwest suburb of the Chicago metro area. And the hospital there was my home for almost a month. And they wouldn't let me come back to Texas until they were sure that there was no blood clots. So I come home, and that's when I started building kits to keep something busy because I couldn't sit there for several months at home. I'd go to physical therapy and I'd come home and I'd be doing nothing but playing either a video game, watching TV, or doing something on my phone. And I was going nuts. So, drink of water here. I got into modeling. Well, after several months, I got back on the job, went out, stayed out for a while. And December, I was needing some more surgery. So I came home and got a good orthopedic surgeon to fix up my legs some more and got that taken care of. Well, that's coming on Christmas of 2021. And I had been building models now for what, 6, 7, maybe 8 months, and about 8 months. This is one of my early examples. It was a toughie. The body was warped, the frame was warped, the steering wheel was warped, the tie rod was useless, and you can see that the hood just will not set straight. It never has. I don't think it ever will because of the way things are done on the kit. But I think I'm going to do things a little bit different on this one. So, but to give you an idea, this is the engine that they give you. It's a, what is it, a Y block, W block? I get the Chevy and the Fords confused. I'm not an expert, but you can see just how much room is back there for this. Look underneath, and you can see just how small the engine is compared to the engine bay. And it's almost like this is a 132 engine and a 125 scale kit. So, but I'm going to put a bigger engine in it. On this, I wound up having to actually when I got it, the body glued on, I had to use CA glue a fair amount, and I wrapped it up with a couple of heavy rubber bands to keep it, and let it set for nearly about, I don't know, 4 or 5 days before I took anything apart. But you can see that I painted the seat belts that are on the seats, and but it was not the best in the world. So, but I actually was able to get it pretty well and didn't get much in the way of blueprints on stuff, but I did on some. But anyway, so I am going to do that. I'm also going to get rid of this hot mess of a rear suspension. I mean, that is just ew. Uh, and to this end, for what I'm going to do with it, I'm also going to put some big honking tires back here. These are nice and meaty, but I want some big honking tires back here. So, let's see, where did I do with there's my box. To that end, I have the, ta-da, the 4-link rear frame from VCG Resins. I've got a 9-inch rear end to go with it. And this is going to go, basically need to cut out from right along about here. I broke that little glue joint, but it's not a big deal. Till I get through this, it's going back on the shelf, not getting touched till I dust it again. But it's basically going to be replacing all of this back here. I may have to do a little bit of work on the interior, where the interior tub sits. I may have to do some work on that. I'm not sure yet. I do know that when I get to it, the inner fender well, you can kind of see that needs to come out. And I may need to do a little bit of tubbing on the body, on right, inside the fender. But I'll see what that looks like when I get to it. But yeah, this was so bad here that I had to just basically cut it out and replace it with a bit of round styrene that I had on hand. But yeah, so I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to take, and one of the reasons why I may need to do a little bit of tubbing is I've got these Mickey Thompson 16 and a half. Oh, I was going to use these on the Caprice that I did, but they just weren't big enough to fit in there. And I know it's not, it's just sitting in there. But I got these nice big meaty tires, and they're about, well, to give you an idea. So not that much bigger, but I think they look neater. And so I'm going to do that. Like I said, I may need to do a little bit of tubbing to get it to look like I want. I don't know yet. But these are going to be the back tires. Nice big monsters. Whoops. I just do something in the, oh, there it is. The other wheel. Yeah, bag was open. Dummy. And then for the front, I've got, you remember that on the Caprice that I used those drag slicks? I was going to use these, but they just wound up not enough room in the fender for these to fit. So I am going to use them here. These are the, I don't think that's the right packaging for that. But no, it's not. So let's just ignore that. But these are 8-inch, and I'm going to go ahead and I think dot weld or dot tires and weld wheels, I guess is what it is. But anyway, this is what I'm going to put on the front. A little bit meatier tires up there. To fill up that engine compartment, I've got the 427 single overhead cam engine kit that Josh sent me not too long ago. And it is a pretty thing. I'm going to have to do a little bit of looking online to be sure I get everything done up right. But it's a lot of things are keyed, so it's real easy to get in the right place. And if any of y'all have built a VCG engine, you know that take a little bit of time, get it painted up, and you can get a really pretty engine out of it. And I don't know if I will, I've got a blower for a Ford. This is the manifold for the Ford FE, which this is what the big block Ford engine starts out. I've got this. I've got a blower. Somewhere I need to find what I did with the pulleys that go with it. They're in another package, I think. And I've got this hat to go with it. And Josh has these online. And so it's got two different styles of hat, and each one of them has two different types of injection. So, excuse me. This is for the Ford. He's got one for the big block Chevy, and he normally sells one for. Oh goodness, excuse me. He does sell one for the Mopar, but he's out of the Mopar right now. So, but that's what I'm going to do. And I'm thinking I'm going to go back and I'm going to basically replicate the color scheme. And I'm going to see just how much better I am over the course of what, 3.5 years and about 70 kits. So, real quick unboxing. I opened it up a little bit ago and kind of looked in it. One thing I want to show off, of course, you've got the suggestions. You know how the AMT goes. This is the decal sheet that comes with it. It's almost as big as the box. And we've got all different sizes, all different kinds. We keep this. You use a few on here if you want. My goodness, you can do it like on a big truck for some of this stuff. That would be fun. I may do that too in the near future. But you got some of the old-timey logos. You got red script. You got a little bit of white script in places. You got some license plates, of course, in the various models. But yeah, that's really pretty cool. Okay, engine, body. Like I said, this part here is going to disappear. So, and I'm not sure how much of the cab that I'm going to need to. I may not, but anyway, I'll look at that when I get to it. The body does have some mold lines. It does need a bit of cleaning up. The chrome, it's got the axle for the rear end. Not going to be using that. It does have a bunch of chrome bits in it, including basically a chromed out engine. It's got a black engine block, but most of the stuff. One thing I like, and I used this on another build that I did back in the day, the what is the Model T that you can make? Basically, if you do a stock Model T and you do the chopped T, you can make two complete kits out of it. And I used these on the one that I did there, and put some black wash in them, and a real pretty. But so this is what you got. That's part of the rear end. Tires, like I said, they're pretty good tires. They're fairly meaty, but they're not quite what I want on this. Glass, of course, and you got some stuff here. You got two different options for windshield, and a couple of rear windows. I'm not quite sure why. I think you can put. I'm not sure exactly what some of that is. You got two different types of uh, headlight lenses. Now, interestingly, this all comes in black. Now, what if I got this blowing right up along? Oh, it's the light. That's what's in the corner. Okay, well, we got that fixed. But this all comes in black frame. And, we've got some seats just kind of tossed in here. Dashboard just kind of tossed in here. Yeah. Then I got another tree. I've got some more body parts. And here's some more of the interior and engine block and whatnot. That's all done in black and so it's molded in black, white, and chrome and clear. Interestingly, there's no red. By this time, I had found the Tamiya Clear red, and I just dropped a little bit in there to get that to look like that. So, I also realized that after I got it done, this should have been on this side because it's got the plate on it. Not quite sure just quite what I want to do with that yet. Like I said, some of that stuff's going to wait till I get to it. Some of it's going to depend on just how things are packaged, how things are going to wind up. So, but anyway, well, I have yapped on now for over 15 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. Be sure to go check out VCGResins.com. Sign up for the newsletter on the front page. Put your name, email address in. Boom. No obligation. Doesn't cost you anything, and you'll get notices of when new stuff drops. You'll be among the first to know, and you can go grab stuff if you want it. Be sure and go shopping. Come across something that is out of stock, be sure and use the notify me function. Put your email address in, hit the button that says notify me, and when it gets restocked, you'll get an email and you can go check it out. When you do get done shopping, be sure and use promo code Jester10, Jester10. Lets Josh know you're actually watching my stuff, and also gives you 10% off. And lets Josh know that, keep supporting my channel. I keep getting these little goodies to show to you folks. And big supporter of the channel. Been friends with Josh now for over about 3 years now. And feel blessed that he is supporting the channel. So be sure and check him out. The promo code does not include shipping. Shipping is $6. Talked about it before. Packs it very well. About the only way you're going to get stuff tore up is if they run over it with the truck. But anyway, on that, I am going to go ahead and shut this down because I want to get to work on this thing. I'm excited. I'm after doing the Kenworth, I got my mojo back after fighting and struggling for a while on the Caprice. Got the Kenworth done. Be sure and check that video out. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. BTEX signing out.